The rain didn't just fall that night. It attacked the earth. Hard, cold, punishing. And in the middle of that storm, Ava stood outside the shuttered Cedar Ridge bus station, clutching the tiny, trembling hand of her 6-year-old son, Noah. Her coat, once navy, was now a washed-out memory of what it used to be. Her boots leaked with every shift of her weight. Noah pressed his small body against her leg, his breath shaky and white in the freezing air. When Ava finally whispered, "We have nowhere to go," it wasn't just a sentence, it was surrender. She'd tried everything. Lost her job, lost her apartment, sold her ring, sold her car, sold every single thing except the duffel on her back and the child she held onto like life itself. Tonight, the last bus they hoped to catch was gone. The station was dark, locked, silent. "We'll sleep under the awning," she murmured, trying to sound brave. She smoothed Noah's wet curls and forced a smile she didn't feel. "It's just for tonight, baby." But before she could move him, a soft glow appeared behind them. Headlights. A truck rolled forward and stopped. The driver's door opened with a long creak. A man stepped out, tall, broad-shouldered, with tired eyes that looked like they'd seen too much of life. Rain fell from the brim of his hat. "You two look cold," he said gently. I brought cocoa. Too many marshmallows, probably." Ava stiffened. "We're fine, thank you." He didn't come closer, didn't push, didn't insist. "Name's Thomas," he said. "I run the hardware store on Main. Been watching you from the diner. You've been out here near an hour." Noah peeked from behind her, locked on to the steaming thermos. Ava felt him shiver. She felt herself break. 10 minutes later, they were sitting in Thomas's warm kitchen, wrapped in thick wool blankets. A fire crackled. The house smelled like pine logs and cinnamon. Noah curled on the couch, tiny fingers wrapped around the mug of cocoa as warmth slowly returned to his skin. Thomas placed toast on the table. "Eat," he urged softly. "Both of you." Ava took a bite, and tears fell before she could stop them. "You don't have to do this," she whispered. Thomas sat in his rocking chair, eyes on the fire. "My wife passed 5 winters ago," he said quietly. "After that, this house got too quiet." He glanced at Noah, now sleepy and safe. "Sometimes the universe sends someone your way not because you need them, but because they need you." Later that night, Thomas offered them 2 empty rooms upstairs. "We can't stay," Ava said, almost ashamed. "We have nothing to give you." "You give me purpose," he replied, and he meant it. That night, they slept under a real roof again. Days became weeks. Thomas taught Noah to whittle, helped Ava find work at the library, repaired things around the house he didn't have to repair. And Ava, after months of being invisible, finally felt seen. But one evening, she overheard a phone call. Thomas's voice was strained, tired. "I'll manage. They've got nowhere else. I'll cut back on groceries. The pension will stretch." Her heart froze. When she stepped into the kitchen, she saw the medical bills on the counter. "Thomas," she whispered, "are you sick?" His sigh was quiet. "Heart trouble. Need surgery. It's expensive." "And you're spending your savings on us? While you're struggling to breathe?" He looked at her with gentle certainty. "Ava and Noah, you belong here." She fell into tears, sharp, painful tears that came from love guilt, and gratitude all at once.
Weeks later, she sold the last thing she hadn't pawned, her mother's locket. She used the money to pay for Thomas's surgery. He tried to refuse, shook his head, argued, but she held his hands and whispered the same words he once gave her. "Now you have nowhere to go but the hospital. So you do now." He recovered, slowly, beautifully, and they stayed, not because they needed charity, but because they were family now. Years passed. Noah, now tall and confident, called Thomas Pops. Ava ran the library with pride, and every winter night they sat around the fire drinking cocoa with too many marshmallows. Until the night Thomas slipped away quietly in his sleep at 83. Noah found the letter tucked into Thomas's favorite chair. "To my family," it read, "you gave an old man a reason to keep his heart beating." At his graveside, under the falling snow, Ava whispered into the cold air, "We have a home because you gave us yours." And in that moment, love defeated the loneliness that once tried to destroy them. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, come back for more emotional stories like this. We'll be right here, waiting to tell you the next one. Rain hammers the pavement. A mother holds her little boy close. On the coldest night of December, Ava whispered something no mother should ever have to say. Ava shivers, pulling Noah into her coat. "We have nowhere to go." Camera pans to the locked bus station door. Empty. Dark. Thunder rolls. She'd walked 10 miles, lost her job, lost her home, lost everything, except the child trembling in her arms. Suddenly, headlights appear behind them. A truck door opens slowly. But what she didn't know was that this stranger, this quiet old man with tired eyes, was about to change her life forever. Close-up of Thomas holding a steaming thermos. "Ma'am, your boy looks cold. Please, let me help." Ava hesitates, holding Noah tighter. And in that split second, a choice was made, one that would turn into a miracle she never saw coming. Fade out on Ava's tear-filled eyes.